So what the BBI has proposed in their 156-page document are all items that can only be amended through a parliamentary initiative within the reading of Article 256 of the Constitution. So if you think that this BBI document is proposing a referendum, then you have lost it. So there's no referendum as far as the 156-page document is concerned. I am one person, and I still believe, I still hold, that if you want to reduce ethnic tension, if you want to reduce divisive election, if you want to reduce post-election violence, you must take this country to a parliamentary system. But I have not won. I mean, there's no parliamentary system, and that was my biggest worry. But I think the 156-page document, which I'm still reading, there are a number of good things that you see. You know, if you go to devolution, 35% now is entrenched. Now, this year, we are giving 32%. If you go to good representation, that the prime minister or the ministers must come from the house where they face the people's representative, where you see issues on corruption. So I think the document is still afresh, but from where I sit, I think it's a good start. We can improve it. And I really want to thank the BBI team that this is a document at least better than nothing. So I think we need now to converge as a country and see how do we improve this document better. So both to the president and the former prime minister and to the BBI team, I will say that in any process, there are the losers and the winners. And I'm sure I have lost in advocating for a parliamentary system of government, but I am part of the Kenyan society. Maybe a day will come when there will be a parliamentary system. But for now, I think the document looks fairly. We are still interrogating it. And by the end of the day, as I said yesterday on my Twitter account, I will do a comprehensive statement, and I'm going to do it before the end of the day.
Well, you know, even yesterday, Deputy President William Ruto and opposition leader Raila Odinga were very categorical that it is an ongoing conversation, and probably, as you say, that it does not propose a referendum, but there is a probability, if the conversation is kept, it is a possibility that it may lead to that particular referendum if it comes to that particular point.
That is a big lie. What are we interrogating? We are interrogating the 156 document. All the proposal and recommendation of that document is leading towards a parliamentary initiative, 256. So if you want to go and bring a referendum, then you better not attend this meeting and go and start collecting 1 million signatures. This document is proposing absolutely, and it's cast on stone. All the proposals are about a parliamentary initiative within the reading of 256 articles.
Well, there is the other point where the National Assembly has actually been elevated to an extent that it becomes the law unto itself. What do you feel about this? And probability, the opposition has now been renamed that of a prime minister.
The position doesn't belong to Honorable Duale, so it has the position. Anybody can become a prime minister if he has the capacity, and the party that wins the election proposes. But let me make it very, very, very clear on the onset that the genesis of the handshake, the genesis of BBI was a divisive election. There was ethnic antagonism. But you know, let us interrogate from what BBI has given us. BBI has given us a 156 document. In fact, they are silent on the Senate. There is absolutely no word on the Senate. And you know the leader of the group was the Senator Haji. And the Constitution of Kenya 2010 has given a place to the Senate. So the Senate still remains within the reading of Article 96. But if you ask me, we are in Bomas to interrogate the 156-page document. All the recommendations are about a parliamentary initiative. And parliamentary initiative means there must be 2/3 majority for them to pass a constitutional bill. So all parties must converge. They might not agree on all the recommendations, but they will agree on some. Ministers coming to the House, Prime Minister facing, the elevation of the leader of opposition is what was lacking in the 2010 constitution. You can't have a leader of opposition just in the streets. He must be given an office, he must be capacitated, he must have shadow ministers. So what this document is doing to the architecture of the Kenyan constitution is that we are still a presidential system, but we are borrowing from the French model, not Tanzania model. This is purely the French model of a presidential system of government.